Like say, take a corporation. Suppose the chairman of Ford decided to cut back profits and to use them to improve working conditions and to make safer cars and put resources into 10 cars 10 years from now that won't wreck the environment and so on. What'll happen to him? Well, for one thing, he probably ought to be put in jail because it's illegal. He has a legal responsibility to maximize profit and market share for his shareholders. Well, he wouldn't be put in jail, but he'd surely be kicked out, and somebody else would replace him who would do the right thing. And in fact, if by some miracle he did do what he set out to do, he'd be out of business in a year because his competitors wouldn't be doing it, so they'd be underselling him next year. These are institutional facts. The individuals in charge may be, very nice to their children and friends and give a lot of money to charity, but it doesn't change anything because they have to act within an institutional framework which requires vicious activity. You're head of a corporation, you've got to be an immoral monster, otherwise you can't survive as the head of a corporation. If you're part of a state system, you're part of the mafia. And the international affairs runs like the mafia. It's power systems that get away with whatever they can. The United States is more violent because it's more powerful. And if Andorra had U.S. military force, they'd be doing it. That happens to be the fact about the way the world is. Well, the world can change, and it has changed. The country's gotten a lot more civilized. And not because, the president's got more civilized. It's because of the popular movements. A lot of ferment in the 60s, developed much more in the 70s and the 80s, and just changed the culture. And that's the way to change things.